So I just want to do a quick little recap on crypto, and I'm gonna update you guys on the markets and like Fed rates and all that good stuff. So I think the last video I did was somewhere around this time frame where I, you can't buy this deal. I mean, you have to sell into these bounces when you have a bearish double top like this. And I said that crypto is going to get bad, and I mean it's bad. And I'll say it again: it's really just this. So however the balance sheet is typically how assets have been performing. So this goes for crypto, stocks, and all that stuff. The problem for crypto is a speculative asset. So the more speculative, which is extremely high risk. So the higher the risk the asset is, the more um, sensitive it is to balance sheet, right? So when the balance sheet is going up, those stocks and crypto or those assets explode in value. Balance sheet come down, those assets get smoked. And if you notice, balance sheet runoff, I think June 30th, it started in June, but June 30th was the actual uh, maturity dates for the bond. So it literally just started 2 weeks ago. We haven't even truly started pulling that liquidity out of markets. Same thing for interest rates. This goes up, speculative assets act inversely because this makes it more expensive to borrow money. So now the real purpose of this video is getting into the cost of borrowing money. I talk about how it's bad for people, consumers, because interest rates going to be higher, right? But the person say the person, but the entity that's in the most debt is our government. So the increase also has implications for the federal government's borrowing costs and therefore national fiscal picture. I'll put the link to this article in the description so you can read through it. I'm just going to kind of breeze through it. So while rates were low, historically low, government bought a lot of money, right? So we're talking about rates going higher, so they're going to have to pay higher costs, right, or higher payments. So interest payments would total around $66 trillion over the next 30 years and would take up nearly 40% of all federal revenues by 2052. Government is going to implode. So this is not good. So what that tells you is ballooning interest costs threaten to crowd out important public investments that can fuel economic growth in the future. So I mean, that is as simple as you can make it. And I really like this article because it just says it. And I have a hard time expressing this stuff. Guys would be saying stuff like, yeah, man, the government about to blow up, like, well, it's about to be a catastrophe. But this here puts it into good words. And I think it's something good to see. So if I can find this real quick, my pinned messages here. This is showing you the balance sheet runoff. We only started at half pace. In September, we go full pace, and this is the most aggressive we've ever done it. And I've said this before. That's the most aggressive we've ever done it. This is the only time we've ever raised rates and ran off the balance sheet at the same time. And as I had said before, I guess I probably hadn't set it up here, but I've been posting it that 75 basis point hike that we did in June was the biggest hike we had done since 1994. So this is like any single one of these is like extremely horrible, like extremely horrible. And then put these all together with issues in China, supply, they keep shutting down. They have a zero tolerance policy on COVID. They locked down again just now. And then you got a war in Ukraine with Russia. So prices have been skyrocketing. The Fed only can save the day when they lower rates. It's that simple. You look at every recession, gray shaded area, Fed saves this day by lowering rates. They cannot do that now because of all the world issues going on. And this has caused inflation. Lower rates causes inflation. Now it's just gotten out of control. So it's nothing they can do. So if you want more insight like that, definitely follow me on Instagram at 6fatdaddy9. Click the link in my bio to join the mentorship. Talk about this stuff. And I make private videos very often explaining this stuff in great detail as they happen and the signals I see before they happen so we can predict that they are going to happen. So that's